no time to wait. Bass too loud and the vibe too great. Let's go, full on fire. Every move hit like a live wire. Let's go, step and go. No fear here, just hard to go. Let's go, lights on blast. We don't hold back, we move fast. Hit the flow, we don't miss. Whole room lit like a first kiss. No cap, no stress, no chill. Just truth, emotion, and will. This is how we speak in steps. No script, just step. Every beat we turn it up and leave that silence in the dust. Let's go, no time to wait.
Good morning, gentlemen. What energy we had on Sunday. Good morning.
Yes,
good morning.
yes.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning, Jose. How you doing? Good morning, Sifu.
Yes,
What
sir.
an incredible first mastermind in New York City. I'm still full with just energy from the other day, and you and I we closed it down along with Anthony at 11 o'clock. They had to kick us out. TWA, they was like, excuse
Well,
me.
you just mentioned Anthony. What? He's with us here today. Take a look.
That's
And
right.
guess who else is with us?
Yes.
T.O.
T.O.
Good
What's
morning.
going
Good
on?
morning.
Morning.
So we want to kind of recap a little bit. This is what this show this morning is about, the recap. What are we doing next? What's happening? How did it go? What was your experience? What did you feel? What was the vibe? I'm all ears.
Well, I'll jump in. I will say that what I felt was energy. I felt enthusiasm. I felt deep connection. I felt people that had a burning desire to walk out better than how they walked in. And that was the energy. That was the vibe. The first, I would say, quarter of the day was really music, dancing, drinks, networking, all the things, right? It was really high energy. And then from there, phase two was more of the speakers and the inspiration and the deeper conversations and connections. And then phase three was a little bit of experience and sightseeing and, again, giveaways and things of that nature. So it was like a little bit of all components mixed into one wonderful day. And of course, you, Lancelot, Anthony, and myself wrapped it all up with Noah in the Night Owl.
Do me a favor. Somebody has extra sound and we're hearing it. So if you can just just make sure that, because you may be listening to it on some other channel and it's coming through. So because guess what? This is also going to be on audio podcasts, so Apple and so forth. But yeah, I mean, we did wrap that up, didn't we?
Great time, great day, great time, great event, great people. All of the boxes were checked, I believe, and this was just the first round, right? So stay tuned for all the next ones.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You know who else is listening to us right now is Joseph and Dave Hurley. They're with us, and Joseph Pellicci was with us. Man, what a powerful man!
Joe,
he is.
yes, Joe. Big
Joseph,
Dave, good morning,
if you want to jump on with us, Joseph, shoot me. Just tell me now, and I'll send you the link. Okay.
Well, Sasha, Sifu, Sasha is also listening in today, and he's in Germany, so that's fun.
Right. So he's going to join us soon, then. Sasha, thank you for being here with us, buddy. Dr. Oliver Reed is in the house.
Good morning, Doc. How are you, man? Well, I gotta tell you,
Good morning.
it was a heck of an experience for me to see and hang out with Dr. Oliver Reed for the first time. And we walked together, we talked, which I thought was really cool. Walking the High Line and just getting to experience each other, and then we went and got pizza together, and then we walked him to the bus stop and made sure he got off. And I thought that was a great, a memorable, a bonding experience. Again, continue to build on that relationship building, what I mean? Which is what this is all about. So it was a great culmination. And then, like we said, we finished it off at TWA. which was again, you find you learn more and you experience more when you're around more. You know what I mean? So that's key. So wonderful, wonderful day. Wonderful day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for me,
We
it
had
was
such little energy there, though, right?
Hmm? Oh, the energy was off the hook. Shit, the energy was crazy. Crazy. What were you saying, Anthony?
I was saying for me, it was the entire thing. It was awesome. It was great, especially being with my first time being there and seeing Madison Square Garden was literally across the street. Got to do the walk, especially the pizza. That slice, the slice was real good. So I enjoyed it. It was real nice.
Yeah. What you thought, T.O.?
Man, the slice, the slice was amazing, like Anthony said. But just the camaraderie was so amazing. I mean, I'm hurting right now, man. I'm tired, man. I consider myself a realist. Authenticity. As coaches, we teach that. Be yourself. My eyes are puffy. I just rolled out of bed about 30 minutes ago, and I'm still on fire from New York City, man. Like, I'm still there. I'm still in the New York state of mind. I see you all on the screen, but I feel you in my heart. Oh my goodness, man. My feet are hurting right now. Dogs are barking.
What?
A little bit of walking, but that's the experience, man. And it was so good being in the space with you fellas and everybody that came out. So, man, it's a great experience, man. It is exactly what we knew it would be, and it's going to continue to get better and grow, and so amazing.
Absolutely. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Francisca, who was
Yeah,
also
Francisca
there.
was there. Yes. What's up, Francisca?
She was there.
Yes, indeed.
When we think about all of the different experiences that each one of us had, because we all were in the same place, we all saw what we saw, but we saw it with our own eyes. We experienced it differently. This is why we're recapping today, because what I may have seen is different than what each one of you saw. Next time, I'm going to try to bring a little energy more, in case you guys, for me, I don't know, man. God told me. This is going to be an epic day, and I could not restrain myself.
Really? I mean, I couldn't notice.
Yeah, you was in that. You were dancing. You were dancing, dancing and everything.
He was doing splits. You know what I mean? High energy. Yeah, Sifu led the way with the high energy the entire day. You know what I'm saying? But you got the party. You're definitely a shapeshifter. You know how to get the party started. Yeah, you had me on top of the chairs and dancing.
I did, right?
You know, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I say this: when we first got there, we were a little concerned because the space seemed to be a little small. But then, as we experienced it, we realized that that's the universe, because the space allowed everybody to be right next to one another, and it kind of helped you to engage in conversation. So whenever you looked around, everybody was engaged in conversation. They were eating, people were dancing, talking, you know what I mean? And that is what a mastermind is all about, building relationships. So I thought it was a perfect scenario. And then also the rain. We got to talk about that. It was pouring raining when I left my house at 7 o'clock in the morning. By the time I got, and I had said to Sifu, yo, I don't know what's going to happen, man. It's pouring rain out. He said, listen, don't worry about it. God got us. I got to New York City. It wasn't raining, and it never rained that entire day from there on. And it was literally pouring raining when I got on the train. So that was the universe and God telling us that he is going to allow us to have the incredible time that we all did. And it was a hell of an experience, man. Really.
I gotta piggyback off that, Lancelot, because it's funny because my wife and I always have this dialogue, right? She's more of like the realist. I don't want to say pessimist, right? But she'll get concerned about things, right? She'll get concerned about things. So she says she's more of a realist, right? Me, I'm an optimist. So I always want to see the good. I want to see the positive outcome, right? The expectation of what I want to happen, right? Almost like a borderline manifestation of manifesting what you want to occur, right? So I told her, I was like, oh, this is going to be an awesome event. And she's like, well, what happens if this happens or if this happens and this? And I was like, oh, that's not going to happen. We'll be fine. And then sure enough, as I woke up that morning outside of my hotel room, it was gray, cloudy, dark, heavy rain. And I was like, oh man, and I was like, maybe Katie was right? Like in my mind, right? But then I leave and I'm like, oh, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. No, it's like, it's raining. I was like, we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. So sure enough, by the time from the Uber ride, it was like a 36-minute Uber ride. It started drizzling by the time we got in the car. It wasn't raining anymore. It was like a drizzle, light drizzle. And then we got in the Uber ride. By the time we got there, it was sunny, and where we were dropped off, I couldn't even tell that it rained.
It rained. That's right.
Yeah, I couldn't tell it rained. And then my wife on the way in Uber sent me this ominous picture of the weather of like this massive like storm of hit us, and she's like, "Look, this is coming right your way." I said, "I think we're gonna be just fine." And sure enough, it was just fine, right? But it's just interesting, two people can see the same thing and see something completely different.
Completely different. That's
And,
right.
don't get me wrong, I love my wife, and she's not a pessimist, negative person. I'm just saying she tends to like help me see the other angle, because sometimes sometimes I'm in like la la land of positivity, and there is a component of realism that needs to be put into it.
There you go. You need that. You need that. That's
Yeah.
right. You need
Yeah.
that. My wife is the same way. That's right.
Yeah.
You need
But it all
this.
worked out. It all worked out.
Yes.
I had a bunch of people text me and email me, and my response was, have faith.
Yeah.
Have faith.
Yeah.
Because it was meant to be. It was meant to be. And when we can think of the energy, but also the people are what made the energy, right?
Yes.
Everybody came in. There was hugs all over the place. I got to tell you, I felt the love firsthand. I'm going to tell you why, because there was lipstick marks all over my jacket, on my sides. I didn't even know I got kissed. And somebody goes to me, oh my goodness, somebody's loving you. I'm like, who's loving me? And I'm looking at my jacket. There's like lipstick marks all over it. And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to talk to my fiance. But here's the thing, right? We don't realize what we're going to get unless we show up. Have to show up. When you show up, man, love is in the air. Faith is part of us showing up fully, I think. And the sun. I even said to Anthony, I said, Anthony, because we rode the train together, and I said, Anthony, I said, look, the sun is coming out. He goes, what? I said, yeah, the sun's coming out. I said, I saw it on the building. I said, you saw it on the building? Yeah, I saw it on the building.
Yeah, and I'll say from that, the people that was there, the energy, everyone got along, and everyone was on the same page and like-minded, and speaking of rain, it did get cloudy, and it did look like it was going to rain for a little while, and then all of a sudden the sun just came out and it was hot. And everybody was hot and sweating outside. But it was good though. It was like a good, hot, comfortable, because everyone didn't really think about it, even though we were sweating and everything. Everybody still got along. Everybody meshed. It's like it was almost perfect. It was almost perfect. Nothing is perfect. It was almost the perfect environment, the perfect setting, the perfect people, time and day, everything. it was like, again, it was meant to happen. And if you wasn't there, you missed out. You missed out.
So we got my man Emilio on, and I just remember when we first came in. I mean, we were sitting down at the table, and we saw Emilio, and the energy is, I just loved it. Everybody's like, Marine, and they're like, oh, Emilio's here, and then he just brought the energy along with Daniela and Francesca, and it just went from there, and it just went up, but it started high, and just the level of energy continued to climb. And it was such a pleasure to be amongst that type of energy all day. And it leaves you like I spoke to T.O. and he was like, I'm filled up. You know what I mean? And I understand what he means. You know, your battery pack gets low after a while, and you need to go to these kind of events to recharge. And after coming out of that, I am recharged. I got up at 3:30 this morning, excited about 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I am recharged and ready to go and do work. And I think that this is a movement, I believe, and I foresee that is going to take around the world. This experience is being created to help people around the world. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? I could be off, but I feel this is dynamic enough to help, make some real changes. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. Go ahead, Emilio. We want to listen, brother.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Listen, the NYC Mastermind, Rooftop Mastermind was over the top. I mean, it was outstanding. The folks that were there, the leaders who put this together were outstanding. Guys, in the comments, whenever, however you're watching this, give a shout out to Jose Escobar. Lance, give a shout out. And Sifu for having the vision to bring all these leaders together. If you missed this one, which you did, too late now, all right? Make sure you're registered for the next one. These gentlemen know how to put on an event, and we absolutely loved it.
Thank you, Millie.
Good morning, Marilyn. I know Marilyn said she wants to come August 24th. By the way, that is the next time we're having this event. Who's in? Who's in? Who's coming?
I'm coming.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know, Dr. Oliver, your daughter's birthday, right? You're muted, buddy.
I think that was T.O.'s daughter's
Oh, that's
birthday.
T.O.'s daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
So that means that you're coming.
I'm looking at an event I have, but I'm going to see if I can rearrange it.
Look at that.
So definitely, I'm not there physically. I'll definitely be there spiritually.
Well, I've got to say very quickly that at this event, it's amazing because, first of all, there was like a three-pronged kind of thing, right? First of all, what I saw is I got to build deeper relationships with people that I already care about, right? Like, for example, Sifu. Every time I see Sifu, we have new conversations. We build a deeper brotherhood. Emilio, same thing. Dr. Oliver Reed, Anthony, Lancelot, like all of you at T.O., like I always build those deeper rooted relationships because that's what it's about. Relationships need to be nurtured. You don't just meet somebody and you guys are like really close forever. No, you gotta maintain the relationship. You gotta nurture it. You gotta water it. You gotta show up for it. You gotta engage with it, right? Two-way street. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. So and those relationships can dive deeper when you see each other in person. And you're not only in the same room in person, but you're there for the same reason, which is to grow and to learn and to connect, right? So that was amazing. The second thing is I met some new people that I've never knew before that are going to now be in my world and I'm going to be in their worlds. And we're able to have virtual coffees. People like Francisca, Tia, Bella, Peterson, Carlos Reyes, Arnold. I mean, these are people that I had no clue from Adam who they were, and we had great conversations. And we said, "My goodness, we're like meant to be in each other's worlds, right?" And it was just so cool to meet these new people. And also, the third piece is there were some people in the room that have already been in my world, and they're part of Connected Leaders Academy, and I never met them in person ever. And I got to meet them for the first time in person, even though we already have a relationship for at least a year or something. And that is Vincent Caruso and Albina, from Boston, Massachusetts, and from New York. And people I've been in my world, and I've never met him. I've seen him online. We've had virtual coffees, all the things, but it was just a super special time. So between nurturing existing deep relationships, meeting new people, and then fostering exciting relationships with people that are already in your world that you've never met before in person, I mean, that's the power of a physical event. And I think it was really, really special.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, in case you were wondering, I did take this really cool picture. And I actually asked somebody to move to take this picture because this picture had wings. If you're there, this picture had wings. And if you look at this picture, it's two gentlemen who really have gotten into each other's lives. And we know that greater things are coming. And if you look at this picture, you look at the power behind us, the wings that are going to take us to Ireland. Going to take us to Ireland, people. I know so many people are already reaching out. Oh my God, you're going to Ireland? I gotta go. I gotta come. We are taking New York City Experience to many places. Ireland is going to be one of the top ones that we're going to go into 2026. But guess what? We can't think about that far ahead without thinking of what's truly next, which is August 24th. So, and I was mistaken, but Tio, it's your daughter's 30th, and I know that it's really tough for you to tell me that she's 30 when you're like 24.
Yeah. Hey, I told her, I said, hey, for your birthday, we need to be in New York City.
Oh,
He's like,
what?
okay. So we'll see, bro. We'll see, man.
What?
We'll
Okay,
see.
listen, I'll make you a deal, okay? We will have cake and celebrate.
Yes. Trust me, man.
That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on
Trust
you.
me,
Bring
man.
her. We're gonna have a nice cake for everybody, right? I'm telling you, I'm gonna set that up. You tell me, we got you covered.
Yeah. I could honestly say though, man, like, why not? What we experienced this weekend, I would love for my daughter to be in the atmosphere for her 30th, celebrating with all my brothers and sisters. Trust me, she knows Dr. Reed, Cutno, a few of the others. But my daughter, she's a party girl, man. She stays hopping and Acapulco. She's out, she's acting. She get with Lancelot and start talking about acting, man. It'll be, amazing. And one thing too, gentlemen, I do not want to go through this live without mentioning, I'm sorry, the DJ, man. Shout out to the
Wow.
DJ. I don't know his name. I don't know who he was. He had it popping, man. Shout out to the DJ.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think, overall, I thought the Amanitas was just a perfect spot. Again, in the beginning, we thought one thing, and then we now understood that the universe knew exactly where we needed to be at the exact time, on top of that rooftop. It didn't rain, the food was great, the DJ was great, conversation was even greater, and the people and establishing the relationships was the real course of the evening or the day. And it really turned out incredible experience. The New York experience is an incredible experience. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Tio, you talked about the experience with your daughter. Well, guess who had an experience with their son?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Jose, tell us about what that did for your bond with Noah.
So we have a great bond, and
we know that.
I've spent
it only made it stronger, right?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time plane spotting with him in Dulles Airport and various airports, because he likes to take pictures of planes landing and taking off, and he even started a business called DMVflights.com, DC, Maryland, Virginia, so DMVflights.com. and he like does pictures for companies and websites and things like that. So he was like, hey, like one day can you take me to JFK Airport so I can do plane spotting there? And I said, yeah, I'll do that. So, but I never did, So I said that was like a year ago. So I said I got to do this, right? And he was about to go to college, so all the stars aligned. And I said, hey, I'm going to New York. And it just so happens it's not far from JFK. So I said, hey, you need to come with me and you're going to be a part of this event. And he was excited about pieces. So he came with me and he met some awesome people, networked. He actually met two people that have connections in the aviation space. One of them is Jason. He connected him to a guy that he knows. They're now following each other on Instagram and just an awesome connection. So Noah walked away blessed, and he learned being in the room. He got the vibe of seeing what it's like to be around winners and leaders and visionaries, people that are mission and purpose driven, and it's amazing. You cannot really fully comprehend the environment you were in unless you're a part of it physically in person, right? I don't care how many pictures we show or how many videos we show. Nobody can truly grasp what really occurred unless you were in the room, right? And Noah walked away blessed. And then afterwards, we spent all of Monday plane spotting at the rooftop of TWA, which has a pool and a bar and a gorgeous place to plane spot. And overall, it was great to have him there. I put him on the spot. For those of you who recall, I put him on the spot to come and speak. I said, "Hey, say a few words." And for him, that's again, it's the leadership piece, stepping up to the plate to be uncomfortable. And if we can learn to be uncomfortable, then we become more comfortable by default, and our comfort zone expands, right? And we just continue to expand and expand and expand. And next time he's called to speak in front of more people and more people, it's just going to be more comfort, right? And that's kind of where we're at. And so I was truly blessed to have him with me. It was very, very special for me and also for him. And for everyone in the room, because again, a rising tide raises all ships.
I muted everybody because we have extra sound coming through. So when you're speaking, unmute. Otherwise, please mute. When we think about what's next, and Tio, you said, why shouldn't we be there? It's her birthday, but what a great way to experience it in an environment where people are going to just show tons of love to her, right? And to you for bringing her. Look how many people hugged Noah. Well, I know I was one of them. And Noah just got to experience and talk to people. At one point, I said, Noah, how's it going? He goes, eh. I said, I'm going to tell you why it's going on, because you have to learn from your dad. Look at him. He's there. He's networking. I said, you want to make it a better experience? Go talk to people. And some people, they're shy. It's not their thing. But I got to tell you, when you connect with somebody, you get something that you never, ever imagined. You get to be part of their world. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful way for everybody to understand that it's not just about you. It's about us, right? So I'm leaving the mic. Boom.
So yeah, to piggyback off of that, me and Lancelot was on talking. I forgot what we were initially talking about, but we were basically saying that what we're doing in our lives is not for us; it's for other people. And being in this type of environment, in type of room, especially in New York at that time, how everything went set, that was the definition of what we were talking about, because everyone there wasn't there for themselves, even though they were talking networking. However, they were actually connecting with other people to help those people, connect with them, get to know them, and vice versa. And with all these gentlemen here on the call and everyone that was in the room, and myself, I even realized that is majority of the people that was there, I've seen them on all the calls again, and haven't actually met them in person. And it was they came up to me. We came up to each other like we do each other for years. We've been hanging out, chilling. First time meeting Lancelot in person. It was like it wasn't the first time. So again, if you missed it, Ireland is coming. You want the same type of experience, just in a totally different country. It's Ireland. You know, you got to be there. And this type of group, type of like-minded people is, to me, is what the world needs. And it's just going to keep on growing because we attract what we are. And it's no coincidence that all the 36 people that was there and all the 500 plus people as part of CLA, we're all like-minded, same path, same journey, same purpose, and serving the Lord at the same time. So for me, it was lovely, and that's my spiel.
I gotta jump on that. And first of all, Anthony, I'll start with you because you were just speaking. Your energy this weekend at the event was like I've never seen it before. You had a spirit about you. You had a certain way, a disposition of how you showed up. You were engaging. You were connecting with people. And when you had the mic, when it was your turn to speak in front of everybody, like just your presence was strong, you know. And I've seen you, and you naturally are that way, especially with your Marine background. But yesterday, in particular, or Sunday in particular, was unique, and you just had this glow about you. So kudos to you. And then Coach T.O. Clay, I've got to say, anytime you stand in front of a room, you command the room in a certain way, and your presence is just very powerful, right? I really enjoyed your talk, and anybody who was there, I'm sure will echo what I'm saying. You just deliver every time you get a microphone and you're in front of people. Like, we just feel your energy. It's palpable. It's just very unique and special. So thank you, Tio, for the value that you brought to the room. Dr. Reed, I still have the breadcrumb in my pocket. You know, hopefully I might have to put it in a little baggie and save it, or put it in like some kind of a case. So Noah gave me this case when he was younger. It's because he's a baseball guy, so it says "#1 Dad" on here. He wrote in his like kid handwriting, right? So I keep it on my desk. It's like this case. I might get a case like this and put the breadcrumb in there as a memory of your talk, because the talk was so powerful. My gosh, that is a book. Like, that talk that you did was a book. And I can tell you right now that moved me in some ways that you don't even realize yet, right? When you start seeing some of the things that are going to happen over the next couple of months from me, it stemmed from that breadcrumb conversation that still lives in my pocket at this moment. So I might have to frame that. And then Emilio, man, my goodness, anytime you're in the room, like, people know Emilio's in the room. Like, he's the kind of guy that people know when he leaves the room, Emilio's no longer here, because the energy for some reason goes down by 10%. But he just brings this great energy about you. You have a servant leader's heart. You're always looking to how you can help other people experience what they're experiencing at a higher level, right? And your eye for marketing is genius. Like, I saw you went downstairs on purpose to get the optics of the rooftop, and you're like, Jose, hey, come here. And then you come in and you're like strategically putting certain people together for pictures, and then you go live, then you get yourself in there and you do all these things. Like, that's strategy. That's not just enthusiasm, Emilio. I think anybody who knows you knows that you're a genius when it comes to the sales and marketing component of the way you do things, and you're doing it out of serving. You're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it to serve other people and to make everything better. And the event was better because you were there. And I'm going to end with Lancelot and Sifu very quickly. Lancelot, I just enjoyed connecting with you on a deeper level. The more and more I speak to you in an intimate way, the more I see your heart, and you're just a man of gold, right? You're just phenomenal. Not only your swagger, not only how you show up in your attire, right? It makes me feel like, oh my gosh, where am I shopping, right? But I've got to say, that I just love everything you're about, and you are truly a servant leader, which is people I like to be around. So God bless you, man. You're crushing and you're doing awesome things, and I'm just honored to be connected to you in this fashion with the New York City Experience. And then Sifu, you already know, like brothers, every time we get together, heart to heart, deep conversations, right? We don't talk about the fruits on the tree. We talk about the roots of the tree, right? And we talk about the things that matter. And when you talk about the things that matter, everything else is like minuscule. It's like minutia. It's just we talk about the things that really truly mean something, right? And we both are visionaries, and we both have big plans and big visions of what we want to do. So I have nothing but respect for you, man. Love what we did this weekend, and it's a scary thing in a positive way that this is just the beginning of what's to come, right? Very very exciting stuff, and big shout out to Dave Hurley in Ireland, who's probably watching live, or if he hopped off, then big shout out to Dave Hurley. He joined the CLA not too long ago, and sure enough, just from that he's impacting us in a great way. He's adding tremendous value, and we have now partnered with him to take the New York City Mastermind Experience to Ireland. So, folks, the wait list is growing. There's already a number of people that have added themselves to the wait list for details, and we're gonna go first come first serve. So once we have the details, which we'll have in the next couple of weeks, sooner than later, know that the wait list is going to get that information first. And then once we're capped out, we're capped out. So if you want to be on the wait list, then send us a DM, comment, whatever you want to do to say, hey, put me on that wait list for details, and you will get that information first. But we will have a cap out, and those things are coming, but stay tuned. And August 24th, I'm going to do everything in my willpower to be there August 24th. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited for the next one.
That is some powerful stuff, Jose. I got to say, New York City Experience really was beyond epic for me. But can you imagine you brought your family? What? Look at the Theobalds. They're all there. They're beautiful people, energy, supporting Lancelot. When we can bring our family and they have smiles, they're ready to go. They were thrilled to be part of this experience with us. So to the Theobalds, yes, yes. Think about the energy that they brought. Think about the energy that your family can bring to this experience as well. So can you bring your spouse? Absolutely. Your partner. Can you bring your business partner? Because guess who did bring their business partner? Mike Murphy. He brought his business partner, Lewis, and Lewis was like, wow, this is incredible. When we can think about how we grow, it's through connections. This is why everybody on this panel is part of Connected Leaders Academy. And by the way, if you're not part of Connected Leaders Academy, what are you doing? Let's go, people. I wanna hear something from Clay, because he and I haven't had enough conversations. So every time I get a chance, I'm going to be talking to this man, learning from him. He did touch me with his book. Absolutely touch me with his book. And there are some people in the world who need to know more about your heart. So love to hear a little bit more from you, brother.
Absolutely, bro. Shout out to the Theobalds, like you said, man. Just to be able to meet Lance's pops, man, and pick his brain. It's like Jose was saying, man. It's so many deeper layers that took place this weekend. Um, I remember we were standing by the big pigeon, and I walked up to young brother Noah, and I said, "Hey, man, I need to sign that book." He said, "Sure." And when I took the pen and began to think about what I was going to say in the moment, it's just like Jose said, man. This is real. It's heartfelt. It's real connection. And here I am looking at a young man who's following in the footsteps of his father. I can relate to that via here to there, prodigal and back. We all connected in a small room in Manassas, Virginia. Shout out to this dude I know named Dr. Alba Reed, who had the vision that brought us all together. And he whispered in my ear, Dr. Reed, hey, speak about the experience with your father. So to see this weekend those same levels being created, you know, we say killing, you know, uh, two birds with one stone. Jose was able to do that. Lancelot was able to do that. Cutno and I were able to do that. Dr. Reed and I were able to do that. You know, I stayed with Dr. Reed until he mounted up on that bus to head back down south to DC. That's the Marine in my spirit, like
Mhm.
leave no brother behind type thing. And everybody had places they had to get to, but man, we moved in a pack the whole time we was there at the Avenida, outside the Avenida. If one person went to Starbucks, somebody else coupled with them. Shout out to Michael Duffy. You know, he brought his partner with him, you know, from Jersey Shore. So again, it's the connections, man. And I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak, man. You know, a lot of times you have aspiring speakers out there, you have aspiring authors out there, and they go to functions and hey man, they're bundled up in the back corner and they don't get any opportunity to open up or to speak or to, you know, thrive, I would say. Connected Leaders Academy, you know, I am a solution. Um, all the different businesses that were in play in one room. I've seen it personally. Like you all give, that's a huge word, man. And I promise you, the wristband that I got soon as I got on deck from a brother named Sifu Rafael. You know, I just took the wristband off this morning. Like literally, I was like, "Oh, my blood is." But and that opportunity to be able to scan and go and can virtually do some working out and get centered again. I appreciate it. It was just so much love knowing Jose passing out CLA bags, and I finally got my CLA shirt, man. The sweat top that Jose has on. Hey man, that's huge, bro. Like just having that shirt, I'm already picturing reels. I'm gonna drop with the connected leader shirt. Like that's the vision. We're in this like cutting on set for that reason, because we all want to inspire and be better leaders. So again, the book. Thank you. Uh, it's a good book, man. I trust me, but it wouldn't have happened without gentlemen right here, and it wouldn't be in full fruition without the gentleman that you see right here. So thank you all, man. Thank you, Sifu. I love you, brother. Thank you.
Look at that. Shana is a very fortunate young lady who actually won your book at the raffle and you
Yep,
signed it for her. And can I
absolutely.
tell you, she, the minute she starts to read that book, it'll impact her. It'll impact
Yes.
her the way it did for me and anybody else, right? So if you don't have his book, go out and get it. Go out and get it. If you don't, everybody here has a book. The books that I love reading are the ones from the people that I get to meet in person. If I almost thought this was a authors convention for a minute because everybody has a book, right? Everybody. Wait, let me see. Is this? My gosh, who's this guy? Right? Everybody is creating all different kinds of energy because we're doing all kinds of things. Um, Dr. Reed, where's your book? Where's my book? We got to
Man,
talk.
I got it. I had it in the bag, but I think we were just hugging so much and enjoying so much that hey, I got you.
I
Whether
got
it's
you. Okay,
Ireland or it don't matter.
I
I
I
get
love
you
peeped
the
your
book.
book too, Dr. Reed. I saw his book. I was like, wait a minute, where's my copy?
I had a whole bag full.
yeah, yeah.
I
Listen,
got you.
you guys are such beautiful souls. I am blessed to know each one of you. When you think about what's next for you as part of this experience, what would you say you see? What do you see, Dr. Reed?
I see a family reunion. That's how I felt when I walked in. Like I said, I didn't see the rain. When I got there, I saw the sunshine, the heat. I felt like caliente. It was that muggy heat that, you know, like the family reunion. You know, I'm from the South. When you go to family reunion, usually at a park. You know, you usually got a little shade, but it's still uncomfortable. But the love made you forget everything. And so a lot of us had challenges getting there. Anytime you're going to do something positive, there's always challenges. I want to talk about that. You always have these reasons, a million reasons, Sifu, that why you couldn't make it or why you couldn't come, or, you know, I'll come the next time, or, you know, whatever. And I actually shared something very intimate with T.O. as we were talking on the way, or either to the bus or sometime during the whole event. And I was like, a lot of times you never know what it takes to get out of bed to get somewhere, you know. And so that's a precious commodity, is your time. You know, people who got money can't buy time. I mean, the richest person at the end of the day can't buy time. And so what I remember, man, sitting on that ledge, you know, in the background, I hear T.O. yell out, man, I got to get this shot. And behind it, you see the city. And then I'm like, man, I got to give me a shot too, man. I'm like, I can't get the shot by myself. I got to get some swag, stand beside greatness, you know. And standing beside greatness was standing beside, you know, Jose Escobar, you know, standing beside Anthony Cutno, standing beside Sifu, standing beside Lancelot. You know, Lancelot, we went 2 years together before I even met him. I mean, I probably known Lancelot for about 5 years. I would say something like close to 5 years. And just to be able to see him there was amazing. So what I see coming forward from this is this big family reunion that keeps growing. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Poetic Justice, but one of the things from the late Tupac, he's pulling up to the side and this family reunion. He knows nobody there really. He goes up and said, man, hey, Cousin Pete. He just yelled out Cousin Pete. And everybody like, hey, you know, they walking to be like, who's this dude? But nobody cares because everybody's just feeling that love. And I feel like this is what you represent, Sifu, is this guy. I remember being down in Florida, and you made that sacrifice to come and support. And I always tell people, man, I don't get out of bed early because I just get to bed at 3 or 4 o'clock. So while people, you know, you're getting up, Lancelot, you know, excited, I'm just getting into bed. I get up because of men like T.O. Clay, men like Jose, men like Anthony Cutno, everybody on this call, that it's a relationship. Emilio, to be able to hug this brother's neck and how he looks so great and doing so much positive. And I always say, man, that, you know, it's the same thing that I see on social media. You gentlemen get up every day. I'm seeing posts, I'm seeing encouragement. And what people don't realize is, you know, the real. We say in the street, real, no real. And I feel like that everybody that rocking on this call and that we meet, I mean, I talked to Joseph, man, me and him. I mean, we almost got in trouble because Sifu kept saying, "Come on, man, let's get to the next spot," and we were like glued together. And so those are the things, those are the memories that, man. Shout out to Arthur, the other guy in the picture, man. It's just love. You know, when I was on that bus riding back, man, I was like, man, I feel like I had just won an Emmy or some type of award, because I was, at the end of the day, these are the kind of cats, or these are the type of memories that when you're taking your last breath, you can say, I built with these particular individuals. And I love New York. It was a great time to get in, get out. And what I love about you guys is that energy was from start to finish. You know, it was high impact energy. And I'll echo, man, Anthony Cutno, man, your speech that you said at the Skyline or High Rise, I don't know. I'll be mixing stuff up, but whatever it was, you're on this bridge and you begin to share, man, it was powerful. And I'm seeing, you know, hey, T.O. coming and following after T.O., who I told him just literally lit the ground up. It was already hot. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when all these speakers that came over, and I'm sitting with Noah, I'm like, man, and Noah's looking, you know, he's chilling, looking like Tom Cruise over here. Like, he's like a young cat, but he's looking like, I can just see the multi-million opportunities what he brings to the world, being by his dad and being a part of it. And I was just like, man, and I've watched him grow up. I've been on 3 or 4 years, I believe, but it's like he's just leaped over to a whole nother dimension. I mean, because I always look at see people's predecessors and who you surround yourself with, like my son and T.O.'s daughter and all of our children. I believe, man, they can do it now. So if I die writing 150 books, I believe my son will pick something out of that and take it to the next level. So, man, legacy is so important. And you can't, look at this, get legacy without history. That was a historical moment. We're gonna look back later on at that first one, and there's no other first one. And I think people don't realize that there's no other first one. You know, so like if you miss the second one, there's no other second one. You miss Ireland, you know. Listen, I'm trying to go to Ireland. I never even been to Ireland. You know, I'm gonna try to see if they got a non-alcoholic beer over there. You know, so I can sit beside Jose and rock out.
Oh,
You know, that's
dude,
what I'm talking about.
brother.
No,
Dude, do the job. And listen, really quick, I gotta say, everything you said, Dr. Reed, resonates with me, right, on a deep level. And I can't wait for that breadcrumb book to come out. Let me know.
Yes, sir. We gonna do it.
But I've got to say, I want to mention a little secret sauce piece very quickly in a minute for the sake of time, so everybody can speak. But I was at the Night Owl, which is what we call it, right? The meeting after the meeting after the meeting with Sifu, Lancelot, and Anthony, and then Noah came for a little bit, and we were all at a table. But before Noah showed up, I expressed to these three gentlemen here. I said three things. I'm only going to mention one of the three things, which is you had to be at the Night Owl to get the other two. But but I was like, listen, I said, listen, like this is a little secret sauce of mine of what keeps me ticking, what keeps me active, what keeps me omnipresent in people's faces on social media, what keeps me driven, all the things, right? I was like, this is a little mini secret sauce. And I said, when I was at the event, I was with Noah on the rooftop. We're talking, we're having a conversation, right? And I said to Noah, I said, Noah, you see that big building right there, that tall building? I don't know if you guys observed, there was a kind of like an abandoned like a building that was a high rise that was being restored or being built or whatever it was. There was all these beautiful buildings around us that were super high up, you know, and there was this one that looked like it was under construction or being whatever it was, right? So I said to Noah, I said, you see, what do you see there? And he said, I see a building. But what else do you see? It's like, well, it looks like it's abandoned or it's like being fixed or something. And I was like, anything else? And he's like, well, I see other buildings. So he was kind of missing my point. I was like, okay, listen, you know what I see there? I see a massive, gorgeous, beautiful building that says Connected Leaders Academy on top of it, right? And it could easily say Escobar Enterprises on it, which is my LLC that oversees everything that I do. I said, that's what I see. I see possibility. I see vision. I see bigger plans of what I'm here to do on this earth. I don't see an abandoned building. I see bigger than that. And I said, part of the secret in life, Noah, is to be able to have the vision to see those things before it even is in your hands and palpable and tangible. You have to have the ability to see beyond what most people see. And I said, that's what I see. I don't know how many people on this rooftop are looking at what I'm looking at, but that's what I see. And now it's just a matter of me creating the necessary steps, putting into work to get that. And I said, watch one day, Noah, one day I'm going to have that building. And if it's not that building, it's going to be a building just like that. Just like I said it on the plane, just like I said all these other things. And it's not for the monetary purpose of having something monetary. And that's a default of adding impact to the world. It's because that is going to be a sign that tells me I'm changing the world, right? I'm changing the world. And because if you create impact, then the things come by default, right? And you can't give what you don't have, right? So if I want to give money away, I want to create impact, I want to, build schools in Guatemala, and I want to do all these things, that requires revenue, right? And revenue comes directly by impacting lives. So that's what I told them. And I said, that's how you have to think. You have to think big, right? And think bigger than most people, and have that vision and have the audacity to say, you know what, I'm going to claim it and I'm going to do it and I'm going to make it happen. And that's the little mini conversation we had on the rooftop. And I think that is that makes a big difference in life and how we view it.
absolutely.
Man, I'm emotional, bro, behind that one, dog. Literally. Tears coming off my face, bro. Because man, that is powerful, brother Jose, man. And key word, man, vision. There's a book dropping a little bit, Night Vision. Me and Dr. Reed, Jose, were in the corner talking about the loss of sight in his eye, man, in New York City on a rooftop. And that's what we're talking about. Because we're all visionaries. We have massive dreams. What's the name of that building that you showed us, Lancelot, that you go and act in. What was it, 520?
Whoa, I remember that number, brother. Yep.
Yes. We stopped at the commemoration of the firefighters that was there when the Twin Towers went down. You know, Sifu pointed that out. So, like you said, Jose, you just opened up a whole can of worms with men are buildings, man. And what better place in New York City to see that? So, oh my goodness, man. Thank you, Jose, for that one, bro. Like, that's powerful, bro.
Emilio, when he was here, he did mention the vibe, the energy. Or one of you did, somebody did, because the DJ was incredible. But here's the cool thing, right? Guess what he also did? He played our music. I can see the vibes already. People are moving.
Brunch on the roof, vibes so fly. Sifu Rafael and Lancelot, we rise sky high from the bones to the block. They coming in deep, energy loud and the convo steep. Elevate minds, build real ties. The same no talk is left.
So I just wanted to give our shout out to our DJ for sure. Think about the energy that it definitely took for people, and you talked about we don't know what people are going through, but they still showed up, right? There is one person that I highlighted that day. Jose brought a bunch of people that he just met Arnold, a friend of mine, and he brought him up and he gave him time. It's how we elevate one another. It's not about me, it's about us. It's about how we show up, how we elevate another human being, somebody who may need a lift, somebody who may need just a prayer, even, right? So let's consider that the New York City experience is about lifting each other up constantly. I did not see somebody there who may have been sitting alone, but somebody immediately went up and approached them. I personally took a friend of mine and I said, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing here?" He goes, "I'm having a good time." I said, "Yeah, I know, but you're sitting here by yourself." I said, "It's a party when you enjoy it with others." So let me go introduce you. And at that point, I walked him over to Dr. Oliver Reed, and you met Arnold. And I said, "You need to talk to Dr. Oliver Reed. This man will change your life." And I hope that he truly took that to heart, because I know that once once in your presence, brother, it's going to happen. Do you remember meeting Arnold? Of course you do.
Arnold's, man, amazing. We got to talking again. You had to break us up. You had to be like, "Hey, let's go." And he's a phenomenal. Him and his wife are really phenomenal, and it was a great time of really sharing and reflection. I felt like that the energy in the room, from walking up to the rooftop, it was almost like that's where we belong. And people look at it as arrogance, and I always say humility isn't passive. There used to be a time where somebody would say positive things about me or anything, and I would kind of tuck my head. But I believe that when you are at the rooftop experience, you see so many different, love you, Mandy, so many different people that basically look like you. At the end of the day, they may not look like you on the outside, but when you start talking to them, man, so much synergy, so many different things that come to pass. And it was confirmation for me. It was like confirmation that this is where we belong. We belong on top. We belong on, just think about the value, Sifu, Lancelot, Tio, Cudno, and Jose, the value of just the conversation that took place. Like the sidebar conversations, connections. I mean, you had people there. I remember the sister, the young lady who's doing positive work in the schools, right? She needs to be around a TO who can speak to, like I said, students and motivate them, and been all around the world and served at a high level. Can you imagine that? You know, Noah meeting somebody in aviation. I follow Noah on social media, and I told him, I walked up to him, I was like, I follow you, man. He's like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was telling him the stuff that I saw, you know, and he was like, what, you saw that? I was like, yeah, because at the end of the day, we have to cultivate the now. You know, we have to cultivate the now. You don't have to wait till you're 30 years old or 40 years old to be in your next film, Lancelot, or to do those things that it took us a long time to do. Right. And so I'm really, really excited about it. You know, I'll probably get kicked out of my house right now because they say I'm loud with my headphones. Like, you know, I'm up early. They know that I'm up early for a purpose. And so it's that type of environment. And Sifu, what I do like that you did, you were original. I mean, you're original, man. I don't know if you got a picture of that shirt, but if you didn't sign the shirt, listen, anybody follows Shador Sanders, they put the watch up, right? I got the bracelet on, but at the end of the day, if you didn't sign, remember, I'm an old cat, but what we used to do every time we got ready to graduate from another class, 6th grade, or if it was going to middle school, we signed that T-shirt. If your name is not on that T-shirt and you wasn't there, you know, I want you to feel bad in a good way. I want you to feel bad, like you should be there signing that shirt. And at the end of the day, man, that goes down in history. And I will just share this, man, if you don't mind me sharing it. This guy, Sifu, is such a heartfelt leader that he was ready to auction away that history. And one of the brothers, Austin, looked at him and said, man, hold on, man, you got to hold on to this history. You know, so this is the kind of leader that gives, man. And Lancelot, you guys give. All the 3 gentlemen in this top squares that are on that flyer, the hostess, are givers. And I think we live in a world of takers. So when you really, especially in this field, entrepreneurship, I mean, we can all drop a bar and realize that we wasted money. We've been promised the world. Y'all over-delivered. That was the best. You know, I don't know, it was $65, whatever it was, that was the best $65 I could have spent just to be around you guys. So meeting Arnold just added value to my life.
And shout out to his wife, Ruth, because when she spoke on the city walk, man, she shut it down as well. Shout out to Pratt. You know what I'm saying? I have to say this one last name, and for the sake of time, I'll be real quick. Brandon Gay Doris, man.
Yeah.
Brandon Gay Doris. Shout out to Brandon G, bro. You know, Connected Leaders Academy, dog. Like, it's so many great connected leaders, bro. And there was a lot of individuals at the NYC Experience that come from that tree of Brandon Gay Doors. Solana Lips is who you was talking about with the schools. Shout out to Solana. Shout out to Carl Pratt. All of them. I'm talking to them, and they're like, "Yeah, Brandon G. That's my speaking coach." You know, and just those phenomenal connections, man. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it, man.
And how I got to Jose and Sifu was through Brandon's. I met Brandon at a red carpet event, and he and I spoke, and then we spoke again on the phone, and he invited me to the A to B Con, is where I met Sifu and Jose, and from there we are now here. So Brandon again has connected, done a good job of connecting people without even connecting people. You know what I mean? So big shout out to Brandon Gadoris.
Without a doubt. And Brandon donated some books and so forth. Big shout out to the person I honored that day, because she didn't want to come, right? And Emilio even reached out to her and he goes, you gotta go, you gotta go. But what she didn't tell me initially is that she was not feeling too energized, because she was a little bit concerned. She was having surgery in 10 days. She's donating a liver.
Kidney, I think.
I mean, kidney. I'm sorry. Yeah, not liver. You can't donate that whole thing. A kidney, right? So but I said a portion of it. She goes, I'm donating the whole thing. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's more incredible. But and I said to her, I said, listen, we need to celebrate you. You need to be there because to me, you're an angel. You're saving somebody's life, and that person who you're saving can impact so many more lives. So think about what your energy can do for someone. Think about when somebody is considering making it their last day by choice, and your energy says, this cannot be your last day. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. So we don't know what we don't know. So we ask you to join us, to feel the energy, to connect with people that can impact your life in ways that you will never know unless you meet them.
Mhm.
Jose, brother, last words before we head off. I know this is supposed to be a 45-minute show. We're already an hour and 6 minutes. I think that the love in this room is just pouring over for all of us, right? So Jose, what do you think?
Yeah, I just want to mention really quick. My last words are going to pertain to what Kimberly Inez Mays is about to do with donating her kidney, right? I can tell you, my older brother, I'm one of 4 boys, so one of my older brothers, he had 2 kidney transplants, right? The first time my mother was a perfect match, and my mom donated her kidney, and then he lost that one over time. And then he needed another kidney transplant. So he was on dialysis for a while and very scary times. And he was young too. So then sure enough, I had a good friend of mine, shout out to Cortez Skipper. So I had a good friend of mine, Cortez, and he had never met my brothers. He was just my friend that I met at Best Buy when we used to work at Best Buy together back in the day, right? So he told me, I was in passing telling him the story about my brother over a coffee at Starbucks. And before we were going to leave, he said, hey man, listen, I just wanted to tell you that I want to see if I can be a match for your brother to donate my kidney. And I was like, what? I was like, but you've never met him. And do you know what's involved in donating your kidney and the level of surgery that's involved and all the things? And he said, listen, I want to do it if I'm a match. You know, he's like, as a matter of fact, I prayed on this before, and he went through some hard times in his life. He said, I told God that if I ever had an opportunity to change somebody's life in a big way, no matter what it is, I just say yes automatically. And he said, what you just told me, I feel is in alignment with what I needed to do in terms of my calling and purpose. So I said, all right, but I want you to think about it and get back to me tomorrow. Right. No, I say, think about it and get back to me later, because I would hate to tell my brother and go through the process and you change your mind, whatever the case is. Right. So sure enough, he drove away from that Starbucks. And within 30 minutes, he calls me as he's still on the road. He said, okay, I thought about it. I'm still in. I'm like, you didn't even get home yet. He's like, no, man. He's going to say, like, you can't stop me from doing this. I want to do it. It's going to happen. Whatever. So sure enough, 30 people got tested between when my mom, his kidney didn't work, and then me having a conversation with him, including me. 30 people went forward, and not many people have that many options of people that are willing to do that, right? We had family and friends who stepped up, and nobody was a match. Nobody could do it. And Cortez was a perfect match. And then he donated his kidney, and they're both fine. My brother's been healthy and happy. He's been healthy and happy. But again, my point in saying this is people like Kimberly Inez Mays, people like Raul Marin, who donated his kidney to his mother, right? And people like Cortez and my mom who've done that as well. That is the higher levels of service. That is the higher levels of selflessness. That is the higher levels of impact. So in life, don't always necessarily look for that. Sometimes you can impact somebody at this level, right? But the key is just looking to serve other people and looking to impact people. And that is one of the reasons why we get into the rooms like the ones we were just in New York City, right? Because we're looking to serve, we're looking to impact. And an impact player like Kimberly Inez Mays, who went out of her way to be there in the midst of a few days away from a big surgery like that. Much respect, hats off, much love to you, Kimberly. And thank you all for being there, being a part of it, making it what it was. Lancelot, Sifu, thank you for co-hosting. I mean, just absolutely amazing. Look forward for August 24th. And of course, Ireland. The wait list is growing. So get your name on that wait list if you want information and details. First come, first served. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I just want to say next week Guess who's going to be joining us on this show? It's going to be Dave Hurley, because we're going to be talking about the experience that we're going to be curating in Ireland. Because we already have, like you said, Jose, so many people excited for Ireland. And even when we mentioned it at the event, we had so many people come up to us and go, "Are you real? Are you going to go to Ireland?" I said, "I'm going. You coming?" They're like, "Yes, I'm going as well." So that energy's there. Dr. Reed said he's never been to Ireland, and he wants to know if they have non-alcoholic drinks there. And I think they have water. So I will be drinking with you, brother. But guess what? Guess what? O'Doul, right? It sounds Irish to me.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a blast wherever we are, but I guarantee you it's gonna be an experience, because every experience we have in Jose and Lancelot, we talked about that. Every single experience we have, the New York City experience, is going to be different. Different. Every single one of them. Who's coming? Who's coming? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Love it. Love it. And you see, sometimes when things align, they align for a reason. I know we're going to be celebrating a young lady's birthday there. Hello. Okay. Theo, tell us your daughter's name, because I'm going to pray on that.
Absolutely. Her name is Ingle Neonce Marguerite Clay.
Wow.
Ingle Neonce Marguerite Clay. We call her Neonce. It's like Beyonce with an N. She's the original gal. She's on social media. She's in the movie Creed 3 along with Michael B. Jordan. She's a high powered young lady, man, and I needed to be in NY, man. Like, yo, let's do it. Or Ireland. I'm like, yo, she always traveling, foreign. So I'm like, hey, let's go to Ireland. Let's get on this list. I'll treat you. Let's get out there, man, with the right people. So, and shout out to Albina, man. Almost forgot. Shout out to
Oh, yeah.
Albina, dog.
Great
She held
energy.
it. She
Oh,
held it down with us, man. She
yeah, I
held
know.
it down. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Albina. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Albina was such a powerhouse with us, right?
Yes.
I got to share this picture that she actually, here's what she said to me. She goes, "Sifu, I need to take a selfie with you because I want to make it my contact. The image, I'm going to change it from the picture of just you, and I want it to be you and me." I said, "Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you." And what an incredible young lady. And you got to follow her too. I mean, she's doing incredible things. Everybody in that space is doing incredible things. Everyone. What a powerhouse of an event. I can only imagine what August 24th is going to be like. Can you?
And I would say this. I would encourage those that know someone that they think could benefit from it. And they don't have to be a leader. They could be a future leader. And you go to our website and we have a video on how to maneuver the proper way, how to meet people, bring a future leader or somebody that you think would benefit being around incredible positive energy, visionaries. So I would encourage those that are listening. If you know someone, it could be your friend, your cousin, your mother, your dad, bring them on, because this is a great experience.
Yeah. What can we say? We're gonna take it out, and when you think about how your day is going, let it go. Let it go. Anthony, how was your experience? 1 minute, and then we're gonna take it off, buddy.
From the beginning to the end, and personally thank you, Sifu, because we were talking about people that was not coming. I was one of those people that was almost not able to come, but because of you, I came, and it was worth it from the beginning all the way to the end, all the way to the after nightcap conversation, the advice that I was given while I was there, and the people, everything. It was, for me, it was worth it. Personally, business wise and mental wise, it was something I needed, and I'm gonna be there on the 24th. We're going to Ireland, and again, bring somebody, and I had a marvelous time. I have nothing bad to say. I love it. I love all you gentlemen on there, and y'all inspired me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Right.
Truly,
And
truly.
Anthony, real quick, I want to talk to you about having you on my show in the next couple of days. All right. So
I will be there. Just give me a time.
I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you. Yeah.
But that was my experience. I loved it from the beginning to the end. It was the walk, the after hours, the event itself, and me and you talking. This was the event. Again, like I said in the speech, I am the example and the result of all of you. So anyone watching, y'all want to see the example of everything that we're talking about, Cadet Leaders Academy, watch me, because I am the example. I'll follow all you gentlemen and take y'all advice, do what y'all say. So leave it at that. Love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
God bless everybody. Anybody, anything else before we log off?
I'm gonna be late. I gotta go.
Brunch on the roof, vibes so fly. Sifu Rafael and Lancelot, we rise sky high. From the bros to the block, they coming in deep. Energy loud and the convo steep. Elevate minds, build real ties. This ain't no talk, it's where futures rise. July 20th, make that move. NYC heat with a global groove. Secure your spot, don't miss this truth. We brunching with purpose high up on the roof. Secure your spot, don't miss this truth. We brunching with purpose high up on the roof.